Partner Quad. I'm your host Jamie. On this edition of the IWR, we're going to do our 2012 TNA Victory Road preview coming this Sunday on pay-per-view. We're going to run down the card for you.
This is also before Impact.
This is also
we don't look at spoilers.
True. So could be a possibility of them adding some stuff. Maybe Bully Ray and James Storm possibly, which could happen.
And the Robbie E Invitational. All right.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Maybe it could be as great as well as last time with Shane and Moore.
Or they could actually give the title to somebody worthwhile.
That makes too much sense.
Oh, yes, TNA.
That makes far too much sense. But as he said, this is for Impact this week, so there could be a possibility of them adding some stuff for the pay-per-view. But so it's that card going into the pay-per-view for Sunday. First matchup, we have the Knockouts title line. Win champion Gail Kim goes up against Madison Rayne. Obviously, having these former partners now break ties, having them lose the Knockout tag titles to ODB and Eric Young. If there's any more of an example why to just get rid of these goddamn Knockout tag titles, I can't think of one. Just, there's no use for them. You don't have the depth needed.
Ooh.
Just get rid of it. ODB and Eric Young are the new Knockout tag champions.
How about you get rid of the titles and those two people?
Tremendous. I mean, Eric Young's pretty entertaining, but for Knockout tag titles, it's basically like having two men right now as Knockout tag champions, because ODB, watch out. But yeah, as for this one, obviously losing the tag titles there, setting up this match causes a kind of dissension over the past month or so with these two. And going into this pay-per-view, I hope they could probably bring something interesting out of this, because at least it's kind of something behind this instead of just kind of a knockouts match, just throwing it out there like it's done seemingly every single month. But obviously with a great knockouts champion in Gail Kim. To have that behind, which has been some good stuff. But I'm going to go with Gail Kim retaining the Knockouts title here. I could possibly see them giving it to Madison, but really they're two heels. There's no real point in it. If they have somebody flip out of this, they have Gail end up turning face or Madison turn face, whatever they're going to do, or if they're just going to kind of forget about it after this pay-per-view, which more than likely they will, and really not end up doing anything out of it. But I'm going to go with Gail retaining for yet another month of Knockouts title.
I have to agree with Jamie on this. Gail Kim is just going to continue on with her role. Since she got released by fired, quit, resigned, resonated, whatever she did with WWE, and went to TNA and got both of those title belts. So pretty much just shoved it in WWE's face and says, "Look what I can do to TNA," and TNA's not even close to WWE standards. But I see Gail Kim retaining. Hopefully, Madison Rayne, this feud can just go away. And hopefully those tag titles can go away too, because I'm pretty sure me and J-Man could take out ODB and Eric Young.
I mean, there's no real tie between genders, is there? Because I mean, what the hell are they doing?
I'm pretty sure ODB has a penis.
Penises?
What
is it? Penis.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting in Ryan Jarvis' seat, or the Mad Scientist.
Who the hell is that?
Mad Scientist?
No, Ryan. Who's that?
Ryan.
I don't even know who the Ryan Jarvis.
That's this
I
fella.
don't think that's ever been said before.
That's this dude that sits here, and all the randomness that usually comes from his spot is just like coming on me. Like
That sounded so gay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun kicking your ass at golf tomorrow. That's gonna be real fun to do. But yeah.
How about we talk about this
We're
Victory Road?
so random right now.
Hey, this Victory Road. Let's just get back to
We'll get back to that now. Next matchup with the TNA tag titles on the line when champion Samoa Joe and Magnus go up against former champions Crimson and Matt Morgan. Crimson and Morgan getting another shot for the tag titles, defeating Robbie E and Big Robbie T on Impact a couple of weeks ago, last week or some shit or whatever. But in this match, I see Joe and Magnus retaining here. Seeing Samoa Joe on a month-to-month basis on pay-per-view is great. It should be in a different place, but we'll take it however we can get it, because it's few and far between over the last couple months. But now winning these tag titles and basically turning face over the past, week or so on Impact, teaming with the face of James Storm on Impact in that six-man. Looking like they could be turning there. Crimson and Morgan, to me, just look like they're just set to break up and possibly see a feud out of them again, which I will not give a shit about again, which is the same reason they started tagging, which I guess TNA thinks that we'll forget, but we don't. But yeah, I see Joe and Magnus getting the win here, and probably the little stock tag match that we get out of these guys.
Samoa Joe is finally being used properly on a TNA pay-per-view or regular week show. Thank you. You finally listened to me. You got Magnus tagging with him. Really, beggars can't be choosers. You have against two ogres in Matt Morgan and Crimson. I'm hoping Joe and Magnus continue on with their role. hopefully some people can get healthy and we'll see a good feud with Joe Magnus and Motor City Machine Guns.
Be great to see.
But thank you for listening to me for having Joe on a pay-per-view. I don't feel like yelling anymore.
He's let the randomness come down on him too much. Now it's cool.
It's mellow quad.
As we've said, it's IntelliQuad today. It's IntelliQuad. Next matchup, we have the X Division title on line when champion A-Double Austin Aries goes up against Zima Ion. Zima Ion, after basically almost killing Jesse Sorensen, getting a shot for the X Division championship. I don't think he's going to be killing Austin Aries here because A-Double will not let that happen to him, I don't think, even though it wasn't Jesse Sorensen's fault by any means. Get healthy, because, I mean, it's really, in all seriousness, it's really disappointing to kind of see, a young talent like Jesse Sorensen really get that, real serious injury and almost, paralyzing him for the rest of his life, and hopefully he could get healthy and maybe get back in the ring sometime. It would be great to see. That's really unfortunate there. But after that, really getting on a solid run, getting some wins here and there, and now getting a title shot. I know they did the title match on Impact and then ended in a DQ, which obviously, continued to set up towards this matchup. But if Austin Aries loses here, which I don't think, I think Austin Aries is going to retain for like the 6th month now and continue his amazing reign as X Division champion. But if Zima Ion does end up losing this, possibly far down the road, maybe a Jesse Sorensen, if he does get healthy and come back, would be a natural setup to a feud there, obviously. But that's far down the road, obviously, to see that possibly happen. He still just got out of the hospital like a week or so ago or something like that. So don't even think about that possibly happening anytime soon. But I mean, if he does end up rolling with that, because the only thing I could see right now is if they do end up dropping the X Division title off Austin Aries, he is just set right now to do whatever the hell he wants with TNA, because I think TNA has finally realized what we have all realized, that Austin Aries can do whatever the hell you need him to do and do whatever the hell he wants to be, and he's going to be great at it. If they ever finally put him in like a main event scene, which we've seen him with Bobby Roode and Bully Ray on these Impacts doing these segments and stuff, and has been holding his own and really overperforming some of those guys, which is crazy, but that's what we've known he could possibly do. And if he ends up being a main eventer or getting a possibility of being that, it would be an amazing move for TNA, a really smart move for TNA, and would be great to see. But I'm going to see Austin Aries retaining the title here and continuing his amazing run as X Division champion.
I agree with Jim, man. Austin Aries retaining. I just recently read that Jesse Sorensen's probably going to be out for about a year, probably going to be more, just so he can be 100%, because what Z-Man Ion did to her,
Or something like that.
I'm pretty sure. But what that move he did literally looked like he was dead. Yeah. And then, in all seriousness, you don't want to see anybody get hurt that bad in professional wrestling, because then that will just,
especially that young,
that young, guy, and just the whole, we don't want to deal with, I don't know, the Debbie Downers of wrestling, the people that are always against it, and look, this dude died because of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
You don't want that, and you want him to have a long career, because he's a really good wrestler, and I could see him in the long run become a very good X Division champion.
A lot of potential there.
So I see Austin Aries retaining, and maybe this feud continues to lock down.
Possibly. Next matchup, we have a tag team matchup here between the phenomenal AJ Styles and his partner, Mr. Anderson, going up against Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, and Kaz. Obviously, the stuff they've been doing with Kaz, Daniels, and AJ, it's been really looking like they're going to finally end up putting somebody on AJ's side, and finally last week having Anderson return and kind of be with AJ. It just looks so fucking just forced just to get Anderson back in there. AJ has no ties with Anderson. It makes no fucking sense to have him with Anderson. It's like, if you're going to bring somebody in to tag with Anderson, bring Amazing Red back. That would make a lot of fucking sense. And Quaddy just got a boner because I said Amazing Red. Yeah.
There is a tie between AJ Styles and Mr. Anderson. They both work for that Thursday night show.
They both work for TNA. That's about as far as it goes.
I don't know.
But as far as having a friend come back in to help AJ out in the situation between a bunch of friends, yeah, we'd be there. Okay. Between a bunch of friends, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just kind of thrown in there. Hey, we need a tag match, or hey, we have no other ideas what to do here except for maybe, how about, I don't know, just do a fucking triple threat match between these two, and then carry it on to a triple threat cage match at Lockdown or something. That'd be great to see. But having it come in here, this tag match, I'm looking forward to it, obviously, with 3 out of the 4 names in this matchup. But I'm going to go with AJ and Anderson getting the win here. I know Kaz got the kind of, not really cheap win over AJ, but kind of interesting win to where people could say it come off cheap, but really it was just him winning off of a kind of situation that came out of AJ and Daniels. But I'm going to go with Styles and Anderson getting the win in this match.
Okay, AJ needs a partner. Oh, it's Mr. Anderson. Okay. It makes absolutely no sense. Like Jamin said, triple threat. You could do another singles match with a gimmick. You could do actual good wrestler.
You do like a special referee with one of them.
Special,
like AJ Daniels, and then Kaz is the referee or something.
Or something where it makes logical sense. But we need somebody else. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense. If you just put him in, I don't know. It's so stupid. I guess I'll go with Kaz and Christopher Daniels winning this because I really don't want to see Anderson and Anderson. It just why force him into this? Why not just let him go away?
I'm surprised he came back from, I guess, hunting and fishing and
I guess,
chewing gum and wearing hats.
No, that's I have no idea what hunting season is now. So
Quaddy, not the hunter.
I just don't know why he's back. That's cool.
Yeah. Next matchup, we have a singles match between Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy. Quaddy's gonna get mad about this one because of Hardy. Yeah, kind of basically doing this one out of nowhere too, with Kurt Angle coming back in. Attacking Jeff Hardy and this kind of setting this kind of sloppy little feud up with not really too much build to it. Just having Kurt Angle come back, which I didn't even think Kurt Angle was going to be coming back anytime soon, with them possibly going to do the Olympics, which now it's looking like it's slim to none for him to do that. But thought he would kind of be out for a little bit longer. But coming back in and having this matchup with Jeff Hardy, they've kind of done this stuff with Garrett Bischoff and Hogan and Flair and all this bullshit or whatever the hell that I don't care about. And now having this singles matchup, the only thing that's good about this is Jeff Hardy is in there with somebody, like we always say, he's in there with somebody who will make him work. And that's always good when you have Jeff Hardy in a situation where he's not in there and he's in control. You need to have the other guy in control, because if Jeff Hardy's in control, then we have, what is the name of his pay-per-view, Victory Road? Then we have something like that end up happening. But you have Kurt Angle who will keep this shit to him and make Jeff Hardy work what Kurt Angle wants him to work. Which is the good situation. I know they had a pretty solid singles match. I think it was in No Surrender 2010 or some shit, and then it was a really solid match. So hopefully we can get something out of it, like that out of it. I would actually, I'm kind of looking forward to end up doing him and Hardy and Angle at Lockdown, which I think would be pretty interesting. Kind of Hardy in his natural kind of extreme kind of element, and be interesting to see if him and Angle in there. I think that would be pretty intriguing. But as for winner, I'm going to go with Kurt Angle here and possibly see this one continue.
Okay, guys, this is Quad's Rage for the show. Last year's Victory Road. Hey, J-Man, remind me what was the main event?
It was Sting and Jeff Hardy for the world title.
How long was the match?
Like a minute and 30 seconds.
Who was under the influence of any drug or alcohol?
That one's pretty obvious.
Or any illegal drugs?
It's Jeff Hardy.
Why the fuck are you forcing him to face Kurt Angle? Hey, I got an idea. But you do this. Put Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy in a dark match. Put Kurt Angle and AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels and Kaz. How's that? How's that? I just thought of something that Vince Russo, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Eric Bischoff, and, well, let me finish.
Yeah.
All four of those, with their brain power and fucking intelligence combined, couldn't think of. Thank God Vince Russo's gone. Ric Flair shouldn't be there. Hulk Hogan should go to retirement home, and Eric Bischoff already buried one company, and he may be close to burying another one. So, why are you forcing us to watch Jeff Hardy continue? Oh, he's clean. He went to rehab. His brother's out of his life, so he should be more focused. I don't give a fucking shit what Jeff Hardy does.
Yeah.
Literally, I think he should go away, period. He shouldn't force us to watch Jeff Hardy. So
yeah, that's where it's at. Moving on now to the main event, we have the no holds barred match between not champion but the world heavyweight champion Bobby Roode and Sting. This one obviously set up where Sting has basically come out of not really retirement, but come out from having been a kind of absence of wrestling coming out of here. And obviously this entire pay-per-view has a real setup feel to Lockdown, with obviously going in there it's going to be Bobby Roode and James Storm. Going in and having that cage match Lockdown, which I'm so looking forward to, looking really good. And obviously it's a common setup kind of thing here, not defending the title here, and having this no holds barred match with Sting, who's back to being psycho and wearing makeup and fucking Joker and being all crazy and shit, and which has been pretty entertaining to see with some of the stuff that he's done, yelling and screaming at himself in a mirror, just looking like a tard sometimes. But as for winner, I'm going to obviously go with Bobby Roode winning this matchup. If he loses this match, this would just be ridiculous. And it's not going to happen. It's just that common setup to get ready for this big, huge match, which TNA loves to do. They love to, set stuff up and kind of almost throw pay-per-views away, which I hope this isn't a thrown-away pay-per-view because the card looks, halfway decent here. So hopefully they don't, do that with the entire card. But this one really obviously is just getting ready and setting up this cage match with Storm Roode, which I'm really looking forward to. But as for a winner, I'm going to go with the World Heavyweight Champion, Bobby Roode.
It would only make sense to see Bobby Roode win this, especially one in the cage match against James Storm. With this, they added a no DQ or some kind of gimmick on this. It pretty much just means Sting doesn't want to go. Sting is old. Sting should continue still being GM, but it's okay because he can actually somewhat still wrestle. So better than some GMs.
Still shouldn't be in this match. Though.
Still shouldn't be.
No.
I don't know. I just see Bobby Roode winning this, and then continue on. Somehow James Storm may somehow get involved. Who knows? But I see him continue on with this role.
So now wrap up our 2012 TNA Victory Road preview. Be sure to check out our instant review after the pay-per-view Sunday. For my partner Quad, I'm your host J-Man. Thank you for watching another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report, your source for professional wrestling news, information, opinions, instantly.
This is a battleground!